I've played a bit of this. Try, you put in some time. It's the decompilation of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which finally has an official PC, Android, I think Mac port.
Everything. It's Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS. It's insane. They launched it. They launched version 1.0 on all those platforms, and it's really, really good. You know, the beginning of Twilight Princess, I remembered it being pretty slow and a bit boring, and it does take a while to get going. So I have put in several hours. I streamed it on the Imlig YouTube stream. And I continued to play a bit past that. I played through the first temple, got to Hyrule Field, and it just works great. No issues really. So I have to say, I think it's maybe the best presentation I've ever seen for a decomp port, just in terms of the user experience. Literally all you have to do when you open it up. I play it on Bazite, Linux, so it's just an app image. You open it up, and boom, you select your ISO. For now, it has to be the GameCube version. They said they are working on making it possible to build it through the Wii version or the Wii U version. But right now, you do have to use a GameCube ISO. And then it's just ready to go. It's just ready to go. The interface is great. It's really easy to use with a controller, and this stood out to me. It's such a nice touch. I feel like so many things like this ignore sort of the impact that things like sound effects can have on a menu, and just making it feel good to use and feel like a buttoned up, polished, professional experience. And so you've got these like Zelda sound effects as you're like scrolling through the menu here with your controller, or you can use it with your mouse if you want. The only critique I'd make about like the menu presentation is that if you're outputting it 4K, it becomes very tiny at full screen. But it's very easy to render it at super high resolutions. Super sample down to your output resolution. It's great. Controller support is excellent. I used Steam Input to play with the GameCube Switch 2 controller. Last I checked, I don't think Switch 2 controllers worked on Steam wirelessly, but they do work wired. And the fun thing is that the GameCube Switch 2 controller has, for some unnecessary reason, gyro. So since this port actually has gyro support, no doubt inspired by the Wii and Wii U version, not for swinging your sword, but for aiming. So anytime, if you want to use gyro, anytime the game goes into first-person view, whether that's just for, hitting up on the C-stick and looking around, or going into like the slingshot or other aiming interfaces, gyro is automatically engaged, and I use Steam Input to map gyro to mouse, and you can choose the corresponding setting in this decomp port. And yeah, it feels really great to play it with a GameCube controller with that gyro. It's very, very good. And it's also compatible with a high-res texture pack, a 4K texture pack that's already out there, which is kind of impressive. Some of the footage I recorded uses that texture pack. It's early days for this, I'm sure, but I think, advancements to the mod, or advancements to the port, advancements to different mods people are going to no doubt create for it. It's going to be pretty much the ultimate way to play the game. And it like many other decomp ports, it runs at 30 frames per second underneath, so that the game logic doesn't break, but it's not like frame gen interpolation, but like, I don't fully understand, but like the actual like polygon positions are interpolated so that it perceives as the game is running at, 60 FPS, 120 FPS, whatever you want.
You said it was called like matrix interpolation or something like that?
That's the term I've heard used. I don't know if it's exactly the same technique used in this, but I don't really understand it, but it works great, and the game doesn't feel laggy, even though the underlying logic is 30. Running at 120 FPS feels excellent. So yeah, this is just fantastic. I've played through the game twice on the Wii before, and so I think I'll probably wait a while for some advancements to be made to this port. But it's releasing in a shockingly excellent state. The only thing I would say is really missing is support for high res font. I don't remember exactly what they said. There were some developers in our stream chat. And I want to say they said that they're going to be working on that, because that makes a big difference in like the Ocarina of Time decomp. And also, that problem might just solve itself once you can build the game with the Wii U version. And you can then use the official high res textures, which are
That's
not
right.
as sharp as the fan made patch, but fan made pack.
Cool.
But, yeah, it's awesome. It's already in a great state. Go check it out.
My only complaint is that it doesn't seem to have downsampling support, which I would have liked, because my main issue is that I feel like the polygon count of the game is very low. It's a very boxy looking game, and when you run it in high resolution, it just reveals how simple the underlying geometry is. I would like to be able to downsample it and have a lower resolution, but clean lines, Also support for the Japanese version would be nice, because I'd like to see what that's like in that language as well. Currently, it's just the European and American GameCube ISOs. Either way, super cool thing. You're right. So definitely worth checking out.